All right, I'm finally going to tell somebody to sit in the corner. That's what I'm going to tell you to do. There's this absurdly expensive $300–400 box that allows you to magically test your hamstrings. I think I used it in my personal training certification course, and I laughed at it then. I'm still laughing at it. But I do think it's being able to sit in a L is something that we should test and something that we should check every once in a while, because it's a good sense of two things that are extremely important, which are hamstring flexibility, possibly calf flexibility, and thoracic extension, my ability to be postured in my upper back, not my lower back. That's lordosis. Okay, so if I've got a relatively neutral lower back, can I posture, which is depression and retraction of the shoulder girdle? Okay, I should be able to do that. Now, I have a top 5 video on thoracic extension exercises. So just look up top 5 thoracic extension on the channel. And if thoracic extension, or being able to have a perky chest and open posture, okay, which is usually dictated by the simplest posture test, which is if I just drop my arms, what direction do my thumbs point? If they grossly point in, you got some problems with thoracic extension, chest tension, bicep tension, a whole bunch of other things. So generally speaking, perfect would be thumbs forward. Most people are a little tiny bit in, which is okay. It's just when I enter this, I run into problems, okay? So the L test is something I think we should test for and figure out whether it's thoracic extension, possibly hip mobility, or hamstring tension. For most guys, it's hamstring tension. For most ladies, it's thoracic extension, especially the bigger that the front of the chest is. So here's the test. You're gonna need a broomstick for this one. Ideally, you would take your shoes off. Okay, I think it's a better way of testing this. So what I'm going to do is put my feet heels flat against the wall. I'm going to use my hands to lock my knees and push my butt out as far as it'll go. But again, my feet are still on the wall. I'm not away from the wall, and this is super, super important. Okay. Now, most people right off the bat are going to be stuck here. They're not going to be able to thoracic extend. That's how you know thoracic extension is the issue. If your pelvis is tucked, you can lift your chest, but your pelvis is tucked underneath. That's hamstring flexibility. Top 5 hamstring flexibility. Okay, here we go. So take a broomstick, any kind, so it can be pink or not. Head must touch. Take a picture. Okay, so you get somebody to take a picture or get a general idea. If you are leaning way back to be able to get your head, ideally it would be perfectly 90 degrees. Highly unlikely for most people. Myself included, that's always really tight because of my hamstrings. Now, if it's screaming tight to the point where you can't even get the broomstick behind you, it's okay to use a pillow, a pad, a yoga block, something like that to give yourself a little bit of cheat in the hamstring flexibility department. Okay, still going to test this. See if I can get a better. It should be touching your lower back, should be touching my head. How upright can I get without your knees bending? Knees are locked, feet are flat to the floor. As tall as I can go. That's about as good as I can get. Work at becoming the perfect L through thoracic extension exercises and or hamstring flexibility, but it'll tell you which one is pulling your posture into mode.